Okay, it is Thursday morning and I am in Maryland. Yes, I'm headed to the Nags Guitar Factory today. It's going to be exciting. Going to be exciting. I'm excited. Got coffee, Kind Bar, some sourdough pretzels, and a start to the morning. Hey everybody, welcome to today's Thursday. So it's not a Tuesday live, it's Thursday, midday, lunchtime, and I'm in Greensboro, Maryland. Tom K. All right, so we got some people on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Hey Tom K has one of my Severn LMs, and it's a beautiful. He's got a beautiful one. I can have a picture of it. Tom, what is the name? You have a semi-hollow? I can't remember if you have a semi. It's like a tier 1, but it's really nice. I have a picture of it. And Tom's in Colorado. Guitar Man 45. Where are you, Guitar Man 45? You're in the Midwest someplace. John Pearson, hello. Jeannie Thompson in Montgomery, Alabama. Hi, Jeannie. Ali Gratilla. How do you pronounce? I don't know how you pronounce that name, Ali. Guitar Man 45. I'm not sure they're totally getting into headless. I'll explain that in a second. But Dixon Cox, hello. Metalhead Hippie, welcome. Wes Bentley in Alabama.
We know Wes.
Yeah, you know Wes.
Hey, Wes!
Wes, they're calling your name here. EDU, hey. John Maines, what's up? Tom K says it's a wonderful guitar. EDU, you're in Argentina. Hey, Argentina. Wes Bentley says hello, guys. Hey, guys. I bet Bill and CJ will pop on from Costa Rica because they almost always pop on. Yeah, Twitchities in Cleveland, or not Cleveland, Ohio. All right. Brighton, Michigan, about 100 miles northwest of Detroit. All right, Guitar Man 45, hello. Allie is good. You can call me Al. Hey, Al. Where you watching from, Al? When am I coming to Argentina? I don't know. You got a festival for me to play in Argentina? I will definitely consider being there. Why is that? Hold on a second. I'm hitting red here. There's no filter. I don't know what's going on with my filters here. You know, the last 2 days I feel technology challenged. I don't know if you saw in the video, I stood in line for about 45 minutes waiting for a rental car. Waiting to get the rental car. Allie, you're the Great Lakes area. All right, nice. All right, so yes, I am here in Greensboro, Maryland, and this is Joseph Knaggs. Some of you know the history of Joe. I did a video from the Dallas Guitar Festival that was released this morning, talking about it and talking about Joe. And hopefully I got stuff right. You've been doing, so Nags is currently 15 years old, this company.
15 years old, yeah.
15
we
years
started
old.
in 2009, Peter Wolf and I. And
Peter Wolf's here.
We really started manufacturing guitars in 2010. The first guitars we manufactured, we took to the Music Mesa Frankfurt show. So that was the first time that we launched guitars. We also made a bunch of serial number ones for some old customers.
Okay.
That's kind of really how the company started.
Okay.
Some guys like Stephen Feniger and some other people that were kind of, knew us through PRS, and they committed to serial number ones of the models we were doing.
Awesome.
So that's where it started.
Yeah. So you mentioned PRS. So Joe and Peter both were at PRS for a long time. And Joe.
25 years.
25 years. Joe created the private stock program?
Yeah. It was Paul and I did it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And made some really super high-end guitars, which is basically what Nags is. Beautiful high-end guitars. And some of you know that, like my song Unforgotten, which was an interesting, and just a quick story. So I was working on that record, and I had my Severin, my model guitar that Joe made for me, the first one, the Severin LM. And I was recording that song, Unforgotten, which is about remembering friends and family that have passed. And right when I was working on the solo, a friend of mine called, and she said her dad used to own a music store, and they kept only two of his favorite guitars after he passed away. And she was driving close to Opelika, where I live in Alabama, and she goes, I have one of my dad's guitars. Would you mind playing it for me? I was like, sure. How do you say no to that? Just bring it over. So she brought it over. It was a PRS guitar, private stock. I pick it up and I play it. It sounded great, and I just hit record. And I did the first solo, the first release of that is with that PRS guitar. When I finished and I turned it over, it's signed by Joe Nags. You built that guitar. So all the guitars on that song are Nags in one way or another. That's a quick note. So Joe and Peter, you left and you created this company, which is doing great. And some of the most beautiful guitars. Tom, you have he has a semi-hollow body. T-top, T2, Koa pickguard. That's right, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
I remember.
So I have, you've seen my aged Scotch, the Hickory Burst, the green, a vein because it matches my necklace, and the Onyx, both Onyx guitars that I've been playing for years. Stuff I love my guitars. I had to leave one in Australia last year because they wouldn't let me on a plane with it. It's getting harder and harder to fly, and I reached out to Joe.
That's how this started.
That's how this got started, and I reached out to Joe, and I knew that he could make. So most of the headless guitars I've seen have kind of been for metal players. I don't want to totally. I know there's an Alan Holdsworth headless guitar and stuff like that, but there's something about the designs that Joe comes up with, to me, that are sexy. They have curves, just the way they are. There's something about the guitar that's very visually appealing, and audio-wise. Hey, Dallas is on. He's got a bunch of your Nags guitars. There's something about the way Joe designs the guitar that's just sexy to me. And from the very first time I came here and I played, well, he let me play every guitar that was put together carefully, and I kept saying, "Wow, this is." I played, the Chenna, the Kia, some other guitars. I'm like, this isn't my thing normally because what I was used to doing. But I was like, and every time I kept going to myself, like, this isn't my thing, but it could be. It just felt great. And then the Severn is what was closest to my heart anyway. And all his guitars, we were talking about this earlier, my Severn's ring in C sharp. And I was trying to figure out, this guitar unplugged rings, I think in E major, or E in C sharp. But it's a joy to play unplugged. I played it for a long time unplugged, and it rings and it just has this sound, and his guitars do that. I don't want to put anybody else's guitars down, I'm just saying that this one does that on a very consistent level. Hey, Vince. Vince is in New Jersey. Dallas, are you in Texas or New Hampshire? Or Florida and New Hampshire?
Gotta be Texas.
Texas. But you have a place in New Hampshire too, I think they have it.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Oh, okay. Guitar Man 45, you have many PRS guitars, 10 tops from the 90s and early 2000s. So just wondering if Joe was part of that. I'm pretty sure you were.
Say that again?
He has many PRS guitars from the 90s and early 2000s. He wants to know if you were part of that.
Yeah, I was a part of that. And of course,
Yes.
Michael was too, and Peter was too.
Yeah, cool. Peter.
Yeah,
Hey, Rosie.
standing
Rosie's,
right behind you.
Rosie's in Tacoma, Washington. Vince, can you get one with 24 frets? That's up to them. I don't particularly enjoy 24 fret guitars. I like where the front pickup is. I like the 22 fret. So my thing about the Severn LMs, or the Severns in general, is they're like a modern vintage guitar. It's like a vintage guitar that actually really works on many levels, to me. Dallas, you're in Florida. All right. Where's John Francis? Can you text him to tell him to watch? I know he's probably working or doing something.
Of course, you can get a Nags 24 fret or a Kia.
You can get a Kia. Yes. Those are 24 frets. I like the 22 frets. I know Vince. But Vince, you got a lot of guitars. You got some 24 frets. You could do a couple of 22 fret guitars. EDU, what pickups they use. So for me, for this guitar, and this is not necessarily a model released to the public. That's something to be determined. But for me, these are Damasio Area 67s, the same as in my Severn LM. And then this is a 36th anniversary PAF Pro from Damasio. And I have these in some of my other guitars, and I do love them. Oh, John is watching. Hey, John. John's on Twitch, and he's watching from Orlando area. Let's see. Eileen, you're in New Jersey. Oh, look at that. You guys, all right, cool. Dallas, you love the bevel on the trim cutout.
Yeah, I think. Oh, well, yeah.
On the trim
That's
cutout.
this here.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, we'll get into that in a second. There's a lot of things that had to go into trying to make a headless. This is your first headless? This in the prototype?
It is, yeah,
That
the
you
first
made.
one, yeah. And of course, I want to mention that Lucas Franzoli helped with this
Yes.
too. Okay?
Thank
Quite
you,
a bit.
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas is a brilliant luthier, quite frankly, just in general.
Okay,
So,
yeah. All right.
Yeah, of course, he does all the setups for us and does a great job. He did it on this guitar. It plays just fantastically.
Absolutely.
You know, just a professional at the top of his game.
Yes.
That's the way to describe it.
Absolutely. Yes, there's so many things. This is a Severn LM neck.
It is.
The same. So what I love it feels, which is based off a 65 Strat.
Well, it's based off my 61.
61.
My old 61.
Okay.
But, you know, they made them
Yeah.
during that time.
So this feels really comfortable, and if you know, I have a little bit of arthritis going on and stuff like that. So feeling something that feels comfortable and familiar to me is a big help sometimes when I pick up a guitar.
You know,
Deja, wow, all right.
You show them it's the same as the Severn.
Absolutely the same.
With the carved in heel. It brings a lot of the same attributes we have in the Severn, brought it to a headless guitar.
Yes, everything about it feels familiar to me, even though this is the first time I played it. You know,
Larry had mentioned that he wanted, it's called a volute.
a volute. I believe it's called a volute.
Okay, so that was interesting because a lot of headless guitars just go, and he said that his hand would slip over this.
Just slip completely
So-
off. This is like
So
you know
wanna
where
feel
the
the headstock.
yes.
But it's not there.
Yeah, if you watch me, you know, a lot of times I play, my eyes are closed. So it's like, I use some things for a guide as to where I'm at. Vince says, that's a beautiful guitar, that tremolo. All right, so last year I was in Australia and I did a clinic, I did a fractal workshop with Leon Todd, and a guy named Remco came and he wanted to show, I think he was actually showing Leon Todd his headless guitars that he had designed. And then I played some, and I kept going, what's the deal with the tremolo? I really enjoyed the tremolo. And as you guys know, I do have another headless guitar that's cool. It just wasn't as familiar. And since I have a model with Nags, I really appreciate having a headless guitar that I'm going to travel with all the time. That's especially, you know, that's like my guitar. And this neck is so familiar. So Joe and Peter took pity on me and made this guitar for me. I really appreciate that. But I met Remco and his tremolo. So we sent one to Joe to check out, and do you like this tremolo?
I do love it. Mm-hmm.
I think it sounds great. I think it feels great and sounds great. Deja likes the headless volute idea. Very nice. Guitarman 45, it is a set neck, and it's a 8.5 radius.
That's correct.
I do like the 8.5 radius. I have an issue with a 9.5 radius, some guitars.
9.5.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And for years, I played the Ibanez guitars that were like a 18 and up, extremely flat. But I got, in no time, got used to the Severn neck. And that's one of the things I do love about playing this. Vince, sure, you met Remco at your show? With Doug in Australia, yes. Remco's in Australia. So this is the Apollo tremolo. So it's got the DiMaggio pickups, Area 67, it's the same as in my Severn LM, the 36th anniversary PF Pro, and then this is the Apollo tremolo. It's the beautiful top, and this is the aged Scotch.
Aged Scotch.
Yeah. So again, I don't drink, never drank, but I have a Burgundy and a aged Scotch guitars. But okay. I always trying to explain that to people.
So maybe say a word about the Apollo tremolo.
Yeah.
As far as what it might be important.
Yes. So again, Joe made this guitar because I had to leave the guitar, one of my beautiful Knaggs Severn LMs in Australia, because I brought it there in a gig bag, and they would not let me get the same plane back with it in a gig bag. And in a gig bag, I'm not checking a hard, just checking a guitar in with a gig bag. And there was no box. So I called my friend Michael, Michael Turner, who helps me out in Australia. And he hadn't gotten all the way home yet. I said, Michael, can you come back and take these guitars? And Michael's a collector of guitars. I totally trust him with my guitar and stuff, with everything. And so he took them, and I flew back without it. And I was like, I gotta do something about it. So when I'll get it, I'm gonna be there hopefully in September, and I will either buy a hard case there or take a hard case and bring it back. But also now there is a Nags dealer in Australia, right, Peter?
Yeah. Yeah, our old friend Reese Bases, he's in Brisbane, and Global Music Imports is his company. He recently started that.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be our importer, distributor, dealer for Australia. So we're very happy about that. Reese is, kind of like us.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around the block for, 30 years, maybe even more. And always dealt with high-end instruments and high-end amplifiers. Great player too. He had a career himself for a while. So
Okay. All right.
you'll meet him when you're there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Can't
it.
wait to see you. We talked about you last night.
Maybe we'll do some sort of a public thing.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always get questions about my guitar. It was kind of a mystery. Like people, what is that? And you guys know I let people play my guitar. I let unless I'm like about to walk on stage, I let people try my guitar, and people were blown away by the guitar. And then they would look it up because it's not. There are only a few of them in Australia, and people will buy them and bring them over. So now it's great to have a distributor there, a dealer there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff Burdick. Hey, I'm coming to Northern California next week with Travis. We are doing a couple of shows in Hayward, California at the Bistro, and then Rancho Cordova, which I believe is outside of Sacramento. Holly Ray. You got more Seattle in the house. Awesome. Jeff, you're in Seattle. I'm Seattle. You're in San Diego, right? Southern California, I believe. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie, I meant to text. Can you text Dave Sawyer and tell him to tune in? Dave just bought one of my Severn LMs. Another absolutely beautiful. It's, I have if you have one of my models, please send me a picture. I'm going to work with George, and I'm going to talk to George about putting up. I have some pictures of people who have sent me that have bought a Severn LM, and I like to have a page on my website. But there's so many Severn LMs that are like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. And as you know, John Francis has quite a few, and I used one on the Vi tour when I did Orlando. I thought I was going to play one song. I think I played the whole set with his blue one, Severn LM. All right, Jeannie Thompson says, tell us again the exact name model of this new guitar. So again, this one is kind of a one-off for right now. There's a prototype. There's this one. Joe made this for me. If there's interest, maybe they'll make some more. Maybe.
It's a possibility, yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about it.
We're talking about it. All right. So you probably have you're going to come up with a name. I'm calling it Skyhawk because I got to fly with it, right? So my idea is I still love my Severn LMs. I'm going to put them in a case. I have that Quantum Industries triple case, so I'll put 2 of those in there with a thin Godin nylon string. And I will check that in ELX. Because when I play festivals, I kind of have to have 2 guitars. You break a string in a festival and you got 1 slot, there's no time for you to talk to the artist while you change your string. I remember doing a festival years ago with Eric Gales, and Eric brought 1 guitar and he broke a string and didn't even have an extra string. So I went and handed him my guitar, and he played about 2 songs while someone changed the string on his guitar with it. They should, yep, you're in Australia there. It's definitely a Nags shortage here. Yep. All right. Well, I went to Brisbane last year and the Sun Coast and Gold Coast I was there for about a month playing, and then the year before I was there for 2 years, and I played in Melbourne and the West Australian Guitar Festival in Margaret River, which is stunning, as well as Brisbane and the Sun Coast. I played the Gympie Muster Festival, which was a blast. So we're working on coming back this year, and I do some things. I think I did a couple of things with different autism groups. So I got to jam with some really cool and fun and super talented kids on the spectrum, adults on the spectrum as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then my friend Oz Beldon's charity event, as well as lots of public events there. Hey, Dallas. The guillotine.
I'm gonna head back.
Oh, Joe's got to work. He's
Yeah.
got
Well,
many
I've
things
got
to do.
stuff going on back here. So anyway,
Sure.
thank you everybody. Thank you so much. Great to see you,
Same
meet you. I guess I can't see you, but great to meet you. Okay.
Yeah, Joe, thank you
Great
again.
having you, Larry.
This is-
Great time spending with you.
Yes,
We
thank you.
talked about music. We just chatted about
Yeah,
things.
we
about
had a nice
dogs,
breakfast and your dog.
Moms.
Yep.
So it's just really, really wonderful to get to know you more. You know.
Great to know.
All right, we'll see you.
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
I gotta
Peter?
roll too, man.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I got a meeting
Oh, okay.
appointment.
All right.
But so
It might be time to go.
thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll put that on the Nagsters and probably on my page too.
Okay,
Thanks everyone.
cool.
Larry, I'll talk to you. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Vince, remember when your Parker Fly exploded again? Yes, Vince played a Parker Fly, and he pulled the tremolo up, and the whole guitar just kind of disintegrated there. It was a great guitar, but something happened with the tremolo. Dale Palmer, thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm headed home tonight, and I'm taking this baby, and
A weapon.
I will see some of you guys on Sunday night for It Happened on a Sunday. And then next Tuesday, I'll still be both those shows will be in the Chocolate Room, and then I'll be headed to Northern California right after that. Vince, can you hear some riffs through an amp? That one might be difficult right now. Guitar Peter Horace, hey. Braxel, this is all right. I got to run though. I'll try and tune. I'll do another one tomorrow when I'm back in the Chocolate Room. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as always, when I gave all my love and I've gone home, they'll say I was here and I put a little dent in fear and that I made someone smile. I hope I made you guys smile today. I'm smiling. This is awesome. Thank you, Peter. And thank you, Joe, and everyone here at Nags. And I will see you guys soon.